break. Here is Stevenson. Paul George is the 3 with David West at the 4. Watson out there with C.J. Miles. And it's Hibbert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the Pacers' 5. And Miles kicks it to West. And that one is hammered home.
The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
yes,
you?
Sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me, that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing.
They double him with George, and Stevenson kicks to Taylor. Just 5 to shoot. From deep, and it's Stevenson missing. On offense, here are the Pacers. It's Hibbert with the drive. That's good.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket.
Vonleh's checked in for Zeller.
Roy Hibbert, the big dog, number 55 for the Pacers, is 7'2", and is a little too big for king-size beds. Every time the Pacers go on the road, he has to take along a special inflatable mattress that he likes to sleep on. It's one of the downsides to living large.
Shot by Roberts, no good. Now George. He feeds it to Watson. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. And the shot is good. Watson's got 35 in the game.
They've built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
15 seconds on the shot clock. 15.
They double him with West. Yambo dishes to Stevenson. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Watson, that's for 2. And again, it's Indiana.
Wow, what an incredible run they're on. This is as good an offense as you will see.
Well, every single guy on the floor right now just feeling it.
Hibbert on the double team. Taylor with the ball. Picked up by Hibbert. And Roberts kicks to Stevenson. Here's Vonleh. Will it go? It's hauled in by Watson. For Indiana, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. And Roy Hibbert, the bucket on the assist by West. And that's now 37 points for Roy Hibbert. Charlotte has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Roberts passes to Stevenson. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Miles. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
I agree, guys, and the points add up in a hurry when you start giving up easy looks from long range.
Hibbert on the double team. Knocks it loose and stolen by Hibbert. And now here's George, the fast break out.
Wow, what a throwdown. That athletic play. Incredible.
Wow. It's not possible what we just caught. Is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's possible. Not
Holy
probable.
smokes.
It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark.
Dishes to Stevenson. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Here's George. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
Well, that's part of what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities, that's what it's all about.
Indiana's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
George having a fantastic game. And just an amazing performance from downtown.
Wow, he is raining down the threes, guys. You know how much I love to see this. Well, the old days of the dollar-for-dollar luxury tax are gone. The new, more punitive luxury tax really changing the way the league does business. Teams like the Knicks and the Lakers and the Celtics, high-revenue teams, they're not nearly as willing to go into that tax anymore, so it really has kind of leveled the playing field.
He hits the second from the line. And Steve, you mentioned the new luxury tax, and Clark and I talk about it all the time. It's an incremental system. Clark, you know, it starts at 150% and above the $15 million over the cap. The tax is 325%.
And Kevin, that's before you get into the repeater penalties. If a team pays the luxury tax 4 out of 5 seasons in a row, you tack on another 100%. Those numbers could even affect big market teams. I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
West with a wide open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall. West has got 5 points in the quarter.
What a final quarter they're having from downtown. Just threes raining in from everywhere.
Yeah, work that perimeter. Work it good. And they might as well milk it while they're hot.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Indiana's gotten in the groove from three-point range. They are 4 for 4 since the third quarter ended. Taylor against George. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. George has got 60.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Stevenson kicks to Roberts. Here's Vonleh. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Stolen by Stevenson. Feeds it to Taylor. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it.
Couldn't quite hang on to it. They can't afford too many turnovers.
And the Hornets making a change here. Hairston's checked in. And so here is Indiana. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Kicks it to West, 8 feet away. And counts the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Wow, they are just red hot, guys, not missing a thing.
Sometimes you see a player get on a tear like this, Steve, but never an entire team. Terrific game for West. He's got 19 points, and the three-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
Well, as long as he's continuing to make them, I think they should make him more of a focal point of this offense.
Well, since the turn of the century, guys, the Western Conference has ruled the roost, winning interconference matchups in 14 out of the last 15 seasons. To Steve, last season, the highest ever win percentage for the West at over 72%.
And 8 of the league's top 10 teams played in the West record-wise. Maybe time to take a fresh look at a top 16 playoff structure.
Now Watson, the 3-ball. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Watson's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the fourth for the Pacers. Charlotte's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range.
And last season, the 7th and 8th seed in the East made the playoffs with worse records than the 9th and 10th seeded teams in the West. Sure, the conference playoff structure reduces travel, but in the age of chartered flights, you could argue longer traveling distances are much less of a concern, and I would say amen to that.
Hibbert against Hairston. Lets it go from 14. And again, it's Indiana.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, and unfortunately, their offense in the paint hasn't been a whole lot better. And guys, I think the biggest advantage to a so-called top 16 playoff seeding is that it would possibly make for a more competitive finals. It's a playoff series that garners international attention anyway. You want to make sure that the last 2 teams standing are truly the best in the NBA.
Al Jefferson is checked in for Charlotte. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Here's Miles. And the Pacers another 3.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
Miles. Here's Roberts.
You know, the NBA continues to get better at analyzing data and charting game results. It shouldn't surprise you that players shoot better off the catch than they do off the dribble. It's a big reason passing and ball movement tends to be more effective than one-on-one isolation play.
To the inside, here's Vonleh. Hairston, and no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Here's Hibbert. The shot's good on the assist by West. West has got 3 assists in the game.
You know, when he's got that kind of a height advantage on the defender, it's just too easy for him to rise up and get the shot off.
And Clark, you mentioned the value of passing over isolation basketball. The term has even arisen for that one-man approach. They call it, Steve, hero ball.
Yeah, I think Doc Rivers may have made up that phrase. I love it. It's so true. You can't win with hero ball. You really have to share the basketball. The game is meant to be played with 5 players moving, passing, cutting, and sharing the ball, creating good shots for each other.
And the Hornets making a change here. Zeller's checked in.
Tell you what, until he cools off, you got to keep going to him.
Poked away. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Watson's running, and the dunk by West.
You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Here's Roberts, defended by West. Jefferson passing to Hairston. Shot clock at 6. It's rebounded by Indiana. And George kicks to Miles. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Took the safe route there. Wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble on that one.
Nope. Up and in with one hand, the most basic finish possible.
And yet he still made it look pretty good.
And Roberts kicks to Taylor. And there's an intentional foul, but I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, tough to explain that one. Well, it looks like he just lost his focus. I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. That's a strange foul.
Who knows? Maybe he just wanted to take a break for a minute.
Lance Stephenson's checked in for the Hornets. Here's West, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
This is outrageous. Every shot they're taking right now seems to be finding the mark.
Literally every shot. They are absolutely rolling.
And stolen by Watson. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
20 seconds on the shot clock. 20.
Charlotte's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Stevenson outside. And Roberts kicks to Hairston. Just 4 to shoot. Charlotte moving it around. Charlotte no good that time either.
Boy, this has been flat out ugly for him this quarter. He hasn't hit a thing out there.
Here's West, and the officials call a traveling violation.
Well, you look at the turnover numbers, all of them came in the first half, so they really turned it around after intermission.
Here's Roberts. Knocked loose. Oh, and here we go. Watson, nobody back. Here's Miles. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson. Miles has got 10 points in just the second half. And here comes Stevenson. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter.